what kind of bass do you play?
Well, I play a Fender Jazz bass, which is the same bass I started with uh, back in 1994. I was at Robert Frost Middle School. My dad took me out, and we found actually this bass right here. And I don't know, it's just been the one that stuck with me forever. Felt right, sounded right, and it's kept true. Never let me down. So
What do you like about it?
I think the tone. The tone is just warm and crisp, very defined, very round. It's just like good solid tone. It's a tone that fills up a lot of space, isn't kind of, hollow or too punchy. It's just kind of a really clean bass tone. That's why I think I like it so much.
What's your favorite part about being a bass player?
Just kind of being in the background, hanging, supporting everything that's going on. The guys I play with, my best friends, so it's pretty cool to sort of be in a support role. And it's a bit of a responsibility because one bad note is a big old bang, but I feel I do my best to support everybody so we can be our band.
And were you a guitar player ever, or were you just always wanted to be a bass player?
Well, I was a guitar player for a few months, but kind of, before that I played piano, but I never got too far into it. It was just difficult for me at that age to form like the chords, and so just remember, my dad, both my parents were like, you might want to try something else because it's, not feeling right. And my dad suggested bass one day, and that's just kind of felt right.
Do you think that's common in bass players who just like fell into or did the bass because they like felt an immediate connection to it, or do you think that most bass players wanted to be another instrumentalist but became bass players? I mean, what about the bass makes it perfect for only certain people?
I think it's, situational, circumstantial for sure. Everybody's going to be different. I think that it has, I don't know, there's something like a kind of like a personality thing, I think, about it. Just, musicians in general, I think, are people who like to express themselves and stand out. And, bass players might be the low-key part of that, kind of like, the people who want to stand out but kind of enjoy being, supportive and background standing out. But I'm not even sure what I'm saying right now, but it's a good question. I think bass players are a special breed, something that, not everybody can kind of do uniquely. Or whatever. This is a tough question.
Yeah, you don't have to use it. Do you think Fender basses are a special breed, like bass players?
I think definitely Fender guitars and basses are a special breed, just like bass players would be. That's an excellent analogy.
Yeah. So who influenced you growing up? Like when you first started playing bass, and who influences you now?
When I first started playing bass, there were two main influences that were strongest for me. First was my teacher, Earl Hooks. He, was teaching me day to day, kind of like learning, how to read music, how to go through theory, and I had lessons with him every week for 3 years. The most influential person outside him was a bass player named Jaco Pastorius, and Jaco was just on his own path completely, and he's kind of a madman a little bit. He had a lot of things go on in his life that affected his music, and his emotions always came out through his music, and that was something I associated or affiliated myself with, or in some degree, and he was the next guy. As far as now, I mean, behind the camera right over there, I got a picture of Flea on the wall. I'm a huge, Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm a huge fan of his. I think he's amazing. Who else? I mean, I listen to anybody I can get my hands on too. There's a lot of great players out there. But I don't know. I think it's like one of those things in a week I'm going to be listening to somebody else. It's like always changing for who I'm listening to now.
And do you think you'll be playing Fender basses for the next foreseeable future of your career?
Yeah, Fender basses are going to be a part of my career, for a long time from now. I mean, I cannot see an end in sight. Hopefully, they won't like come take them away or anything like that because I love them so much. You know, that would be ridiculous.